All right, awesome. That was a great call.
Yeah.
So do you want to talk to Hank now? Hank called back
Hank
in.
called back in. Hank called back. I guess he didn't like being giggled at by us and the caller.
Oh, Hank wants to talk about what pronouns are.
Yeah, let's talk about what a pronoun is, and then we'll get to that. Because on the call screen, we laughed at the fact he originally called in something about idols or whatever, but he put his pronouns as Lord and Master, and so we laughed at that publicly here. And then he immediately called back in after saying he was too busy to wait on the phone anymore. He called back in now and says, "Why not let me pick my pronouns? It's progressive." Hank, you're on the line with Forrest and John. You've got an incredibly short leash here. Can you tell me what is the definition of the word, like, of a pronoun? What is a pronoun?
So let me quote you at 4:21 p.m. my time, Forrest Velkai, at Hank O'Flamo. Be sure to call in tomorrow and learn what a pronoun is. So my definition of pronoun is pretty much just a label you identify yourself with. So why can't I pick my own pronouns? It's about my own identity, isn't it?
So are you
aggressively disagree with me picking my own identity?
So I did say, make sure to call back in and learn what a pronoun is, because I saw that you had set your pronouns to Lord and Master here and then hung up. So I was telling you, call back in so we can talk about pronouns. You have now called back in. So now is the time we're going to learn about what pronouns are. So right away,
it's my own identity, right, Forrest? Can I identify myself anywhere I want? No, I'm not allowed to.
That's not.
Why am I allowed to identify myself as, Forrest?
So, Hank, what I asked you was, do you know what a pronoun is? And you gave me a long, rambling answer about identity. So, I'm going to ask you one more time for a very succinct answer. Can you concisely tell me what is a pronoun?
Yes, self-identity. What do you disagree on?
That is not
wrong. That's not what it is.
Hold
on. Okay.
Let me go.
Okay, tell me what pronoun is.
No. I'm muting you. There, Hank. Let me just read off the definition real quick, just straight.
Thank you.
Pronoun, a word that can function by itself as a noun phrase and that refers either to the participants in the discourse, e.g. I, you, or to someone or something mentioned elsewhere in the discourse, e.g. She, it, this.
So a pronoun, Hank, just so you know, is a word that replaces a noun. So here I am sitting my name is Forrest, and here I've got John sitting next to me. I don't want to say Forrest believes this, Forrest believes. I can just say I. I is a pronoun that replaces the noun Forrest. If I'm talking about John, I don't want to say John just told you John. I say he. He is a pronoun. If I'm talking about Paris, I can say. I'm just good. You're gonna have to hold the fuck on while we finish explaining to you how fucking English works. If I want to go to Paris, I don't have to say Paris, but I can say there, right? There is a so it's just that's what we're talking about. He, she, it, they, them. What else? These are words that replace nouns for convenience in language. Now, what you were just starting to babble about there at the end is why not she? Because there are gendered pronouns. And now we get into the concept of gender identity. And we can go there if we want. But before we move on, I need you, Hank, I'm going to bring you back on. I need you to acknowledge the fact that the words Lord and Master are not pronouns. Those are nouns. Do you understand that?
No. Why can't you use
so we're going to start back from the beginning. So nouns and pronouns are different things, okay? So a noun is a person, place, thing, or idea. And sometimes they're proper names, sometimes they're not, right? Table is a noun, right? If I don't want to use the word table over and over, I can replace the word table with the word it. It is a pronoun because it replaces the noun. See? So as John just gave you the dictionary definition, I've given you a layman's definition, right? So the words Lord and Master, those are nouns. I would never refer, if I were to use those as a pronoun, it wouldn't make any sense. Lord said this, Master said that. That just doesn't, it makes you sound like a fantasy goblin. Master has told me to, it just doesn't work, right? So those are nouns, not pronouns. Can you understand now, Hank, the difference between a noun and a pronoun?
No, it's a pronoun and noun, technically. Is pronoun a subset of noun?
No, a pronoun is
No.
not a noun. A pronoun is a pronoun. Pronouns and nouns are different things. Okay. So do you understand? Lord and master are nouns. He, she, they, them, it, what, those are pronouns. Do you understand now? Nouns and pronouns are different things. Lord, master, doofus, idiot, troll, those are all nouns, not pronouns. Do you understand?
Why in the
So a
fuck?
pronoun is not a subset of a noun. Yeah, I just make it try to get this clear. You say pronoun is not a subset of the class noun when using language. It's not pronoun's not kind of a noun. Like you're not like a square. It's not kind of rectangle.
Things, Hank. God damn! Why can't you get this through your fucking skull?
You're just yelling at me. You're just yelling at me. I'm not gonna hang up. I'm not gonna hang up. You're rude.
All right, fucking hang up. We don't care.
Wait a minute, hold on, just a second, Hank. Just so we're clear. Okay, well, Hank just hung up. Just so we're clear, this started because Hank was in the chat saying that we couldn't handle his argument and we would hang up on him because we're so scared of his argument. Hank just hung up after what was that? 2 minutes of fucking third grade grammar. That I don't know what to tell you, man. This is it. This is the best that the anti-woke has. They're not sending their best. They're not sending their brightest.
You know, I like how he complained about me yelling at him when, like, every time he started to speak, he was like yelling into the microphone. Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't know if he was just trying to talk over us and dominate or whatnot, but it's like,
yeah. Well, you already you had to mute him right away because he was just started yelling it, and it's like, just fuck, man. I would have loved, and I mean this sincerely, I would have genuinely enjoyed having a conversation with Hank if we had gotten past, or even if we had just been able to get to the honesty of like what a pronoun is. If we had just gotten to what pronouns are, I would have genuinely enjoyed a conversation about personal identity. And why, when we talk about picking your pronouns or announcing your pronouns, the reason why I say, hi, my name is Forrest, my pronouns are he, him, that's not like a declaration of faith. There's actually some science there, and there's something we could talk about there. But before we can do that, we have to be able to acknowledge what English is and the difference. Like, fuck it, Hank, if you're this big of a fucking snowflake about pronouns, wait till you hear about verbs, motherfucker. They're crazy. And there's adverbs. There's a whole thing. Adjectives are out there. They're wild, and you got to be careful with them. And so, like, you've got a long way to go. I recommend. I don't have a textbook for this. I'm sure there's like a we can read English book for kindergartners that you can pick up somewhere and learn how this shit works. If you don't want to speak English, don't. I'm not going to be mad at you if you speak a different language. That's great. Just if you're going to have such a problem with the one that you're supposed to be speaking here, like, I don't know, man.
Yeah. I don't know. You know, honestly, with him wanting to be called Lord and Master, like, that sounds like such an incel thing to like call in and be like, and demand we refer to you as Lord.
And again,
I am Lord Hank.
I'm not trying to kink shame. You know, if that's what you're into, just don't bring it onto my show. You know what I'm saying? Don't bring it in here into my house and make me help you slick yourself silly by being called master in front of fucking 20,000 people, because that's the best fucking confidence booster you can possibly hope for. Man, learn to read is what I'm saying. Hank, learn to read. That's what I encourage you.
That would be nice.